Revelation 1527. From the 18th of July 1940. The narrow and the wide way. Choose the way, which leads you towards the eternal home. It is indeed narrow and laborious, and you must summon all your strength to not slip on the wide way, which certainly offers joys and comforts, but leads you towards another destination. And even if the way is narrow and full of privation, so a companion is still constantly at your side, who gives you power, supports you and guides you safely over all dangers of life, if you just call him and desire his help. The wide passable way offers incessantly comforts and reliefs of all kind, and that is why it is walked on by those who avoid trouble and plagues and want to make earth life pleasant for themselves. But this way will never lead up. Man who walks on the broad way will always and constantly cling to earth and be in greatest danger that he ends in the deep. The pleasures of life take up his whole thinking, his thinking and feeling flattens, and he finds pleasure in most earthly worthless trumpery. He indulges in the desires of the body and is devoted to vices with all senses. And such a way of life can never lead upwards but must end in ruin. All power, which God gives man for the preservation of his life, is wasted on completely useless beginning. The soul covers itself with always denser cover, instead of dissolving it and freeing itself from the fetters, which chain to earth. And that can only mean decline for the human soul, but does not lead to higher development, while the narrow way certainly leads up, even if over thorns or seemingly insurmountable undergrowth. For at the end of the path the soul recognizes him who is its fulfillment. He sends his light towards her so that she does not walk in darkness but recognizes all dangers and knows how to avoid them. He gives it power and strengthening through his light figure. He stretches out his hands towards the wrestler and supports him when he threatens to sink down. But at the end of the way the well-deserved rest awaits the soul, and this is inconceivably marvelous that no toil and repugnance of the way was too great, measured against that glory, while the traveller on the broad earth way has already enjoyed his joys and rests and goes out empty-handed when he has arrived at the destination. For he has striven for another goal, he has never thought of the end of the way, but elicited all comforts from earth life, and must now live in extreme misery, because the renunciations, which are now his lot, touch him far more painfully, since he thinks of his earth life full of greed and can no longer fulfill his vices and desires. Because he has not used earth life for the good of his soul, he has not been able to overcome to take small sacrifices upon himself, but enjoyed to the fullest. And the fulfillment of earth life means agonizing renunciations in the hereafter, which cannot be ended arbitrarily. Amen.